Hey, how's it going? It is political integrity news here, and today I wanted to bring some news on Trump, and let's discuss it after we hear most, if not all, of what they have to say on Trump vowing to prosecute political foes and others that he says are corrupt should he win the election. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Tonight, as he prepares for his critical debate showdown, former President Trump vowing to totally reshape the Justice Department and target political opponents.
We will completely overhaul Kamala's corrupt Department of Injustice.
He recently reposted doctored images of top Democrats, along with Anthony Fauci and Bill Gates in orange jumpsuits with the caption, "How to Actually Fix the System." And in Trump's new book, alleging Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg will try to unlawfully influence the 2024 election, writing, if he does anything illegal, this time he will spend the rest of his life in prison. Just this weekend, Trump promising possible retribution against 2024 election administrators, writing, lawyers, political operatives, donors, illegal voters, and corrupt election officials, those involved in unscrupulous behavior, will be sought out, caught, and prosecuted at levels unfortunately never seen before in our country. But illegal voting is rare, and tonight, a Republican election official in Arizona told us he's worried.
I'm concerned. We will see potentially professionals who are more willing to bend general rules of prosecutorial ethics or legal standards who will occupy these positions.
This summer's consequential Supreme Court ruling also gave a president absolute immunity over anything he orders or says to his attorney general. Though Trump's GOP supporters argue that DOJ and Democratic prosecutors are going after him to hurt his campaign.
My poll numbers, I believe, are higher now because the public understands it's a hoax.
You believe.
Okay, so let's speak to that, because we don't need to hear from these people who are definitely on the side of the Democrats. So, from my understanding, there was a video in which someone high up within the political spectrum, and I mean, this was shared by Steven Crowder. They did the legwork. You can believe it or not believe it, but essentially, a person within the, I guess, prosecution, DOJ, whatever, of New York was admitting that they're going after Trump. Like, they're highly going after Trump. There could be more involved in that. I got to do more homework on it, but that's the gist I got from it. And as you see in the classified documents trial that they want to bring forward, I can tell you from personal experience, it is not supposed to be we pick and choose who to go after, nor are they supposed to say, well, this person cooperated, this person didn't cooperate. That only comes up when talking about a sentencing. That doesn't come up when talking about charging for mishandling classified information. And get that, it was Pence, there was Biden, and Biden had like 3 different times, and Clinton, Hillary Clinton, with her emails and everything. Like, there's mistakes, and they scrub it. You get retrained and everything, because this was my bread and butter. I used to look at all this and do all this stuff, but when it comes to the amount that Hillary had, the stuff that Biden did and Pence had, like, those are supposed to be investigated in charges, and they want to go after Trump. And then everyone on the Democrat and Trump hating side says it's because Trump was unwilling to cooperate and give up the documents. No, it doesn't work that way. Like, when we're dealing with classified information that could be detrimental to national security, it's not supposed to be a matter of this person worked with us, this person didn't. Like, in Biden's case, there was an unused office that had it. So who knows who went in and out of that office and had access to the office that could have gained that information. He had it just lying in his garage next to a vehicle, and he had told a ghostwriter. And then Pence had it in an office. Like, treat them all the same. Now, when it comes to what Trump has said, which is the pure topic to jail political opponents, what Trump is talking about is the fact that Hillary should have been charged, and they could have went after Hillary for her classified emails, but they didn't. Trump didn't want to do that because once you open that Pandora's box, you're not closing it. And I say that Pandora's box because it's a career politician that the opponent is going after. So it would be a Republican going after a career politician Democrat. And I say career politician because y'all could say, well, the Democrats are going after the Republican of Trump. Well, he's not a career politician. And most of the Republicans don't like Trump. Like, they can all back him now because they have to politically. But at the end of the day, they don't like him. They don't like him one bit. So they were allowing it while secretly being a part of his campaign or helping him or talking to him, supporting him, whatever he needed. But at the end of the day, most of them don't like him because he's not the career politician. He's not doing what they are normally used to being done from someone that's running for president or sitting president. Remember, Trump lost net worth while being president. That hasn't happened in modern day. No modern day president has lost money. You could take it back to Roosevelt. They've all been gaining money. Trump lost it. And that's because Trump cared more about trying to do what was best for the country than lining his own pockets as they lied. So what he wants to do is he wants to hold Facebook accountable. Remember, Facebook already admitted that the FBI came to them and tried to tell them that the Hunter Biden laptop story could be different disinformation from Russia when it wasn't. So Facebook claimed, now this is their claim, that they were told that and they needed to get an investigator to make sure if it was real or not before they let the story just go running wild. So they tried to take the story off the internet, off of Facebook. They tried to help cover up and claim that it was disinformation from Russia. They were part of the problem. They're coming out now saying that they tried because that's what they were told and it's their policy to do that and they're not going to do it in the future. But they were having stuff written underneath those posts saying that it was disinformation from Russia. But that clearly was not the case. And now they're just like, oh, sorry, we got caught. The government told us it was disinformation. We took them at their word and we went ahead and waited for an investigation from an outside party to confirm it or not. And while we were waiting, we took down everything and like, now you said it was different disinformation and you were taking it all down. That's not how it should work. You want to claim it's all like detrimental and everything. Well, it was detrimental. They asked after the election the people that voted Biden if knowing that the Hunter Biden laptop was actually his and not called disinformation before the election, would that have changed their mind? And there was enough in the polls suggest it would have. So that's why you have Zuckerberg in the hot seat in Trump's eyes. And when it comes to Hillary, it's because of the classified documents. Biden, because they put pressure on social media and the classified documents. I mean, hey, it's only fair. Congress even told Biden, and Congress was told by the DOJ about Biden that the jury would show sympathy that yes, this is something that should be brought up for charges, but a jury would show sympathy and he would probably not get convicted. Like, come on. No, let it play out. Let it play out. The American people need to know. But, that story's not going to come out. You're not going to hear that from a Harry Sisson or Brian Tyler Cohen, Luke Beasley. Those people ain't going to tell you none of that. They're not going to be telling you that the charges should move forward when he can be charged. They're not going to say nothing of the sort. But you have all these people that have all these conspiracies. And you just heard in this same video, one of the guys said it's rare for the election fraud and stuff. Okay, well, it's definitely not impossible. It has happened in smaller elections that they're willing to admit. For a councilman, for a mayor, it happened. There was a woman that worked for a mayor that was caught on video stuffing a ballot. She pleaded the fifth. Why? Because she was caught. I plead the fifth. Yeah, I would assume so because the video shows you're guilty of stuffing the ballot. And they had to have another election because she was stuffing the ballot for the primary. And it caused another candidate to not have a fair primary against the current mayor. As far as the councilman, a person was apparently having tenants go vote for a different person, all because they either owed rent or anything of the sort, and it swayed it that a judge had to step in and they changed the election. So it does happen. Could it happen at a grand scale? Well, this is our government. Remember, our government has suggested far worse things in the past. Maybe not people that are part of this current administration, but the government nonetheless. They suggested a false flag attack where they were going to attack Florida, blame Cuba, so they could have the people back them in a war to take over Cuba. But JFK said no, thank God. You can look it up. It's out there. So to say our government is not shady and wouldn't try something to win an election, whether it's people aspiring to be part of the government or it's people that are a part of the government, and can get enough people involved. You just got to get enough people involved. I mean, look at Michigan. You think it's shady that Michigan? I got breaking news saying Michigan has not taken Robert Kennedy off the ballot. Why? He's no longer running. He's endorsed Trump. Why is Michigan not taking him off the ballot? Let me see. Could it be that Michigan knows Kamala Harris has a better chance of winning if Robert Kennedy's still on the ballot? People that vote for Robert Kennedy, he comes off the ballot, they may put their vote into Trump then. A good bit of them. Would it be enough to say that if Robert Kennedy's not taken off the ballot, it could sway it in Harris's way versus taking Robert Kennedy off the ballot and Trump winning it? Quite possibly. And these swing states are very important. Luckily, he's not on in Pennsylvania because that's apparently the most important swing state of all. Saying that Trump has a 96% chance of winning the entire election should he win Pennsylvania, and that Harris has a 91% chance of winning. She didn't choose the Michigan governor, or the Pennsylvania governor, or her VP. She chose Tim Walz, whose own family won't back him. His own brother doesn't back him. That might say something to you when his own brother won't back him. His own brother doesn't like a lot of what his policies and everything else are. I'll tell you something. I know there's some people out there that are part of the Trump family that don't like Trump. But it's not his brother. Like, is it? Like, does he have kids that don't like him? I mean, they all seem to work for him. That one's going to college. People said about his wife. Well, guess what? His wife is tossing out endorsement videos for him. You know, helping the campaign with campaign videos. So she's still doing something. Why does she have to be out on the campaign trail? She runs stuff. She does stuff. So let her do her thing. But it is getting really sickening. And the Democrats once said it, that they didn't like these electronic voting. They wanted to keep it paper ballots because somebody could hack the electronic voting machines and you can't trust them. Guess what? It seems that they now are fully supporting it. They are fully supporting the paper ballots for mail-in votes. And they're fighting tooth and nail to try to give more rights to illegal immigrants. Why? Because they want them to vote. They want to bring them in here and they want them to vote. And then they want to tell them, we gave you all these rights and let you stay here. Vote for us Democrats because we're giving you everything. But at what cost, people? At what cost? Because you now have people on the streets that are being treated less than an illegal immigrant. You have people in LA, Nancy Pelosi's district, starving to death, being kicked out of areas of the street, but nowhere else to go, not trying to help and deal with the homeless crisis that we have, and instead investing in the illegal immigrants. Why do you think they're investing in illegal immigrants? They want to give them the right to vote. They want to get those votes. Same reason that they're trying to let some people out of jail and try to potentially give them their right to vote back. Because they want to say, hey, we put you in jail years ago. But forget that. They don't want them to remember that. They don't want them to know that their war on drug policies put a lot of these people in jail. They want them to forget that. And they want them to only remember that the Democrats were pushing to let them out and give them the right to vote. Kamala Harris said it. It's a discussion to give people that were in jail that lost the right to vote their right back so they can vote. Why? Because They want to tell them, hey, we did this stuff to help you. Vote for us. When they're the ones that did everything to put them in there in the first place. Their policies, laws, and everything else they've done is what put them in jail in the first place. So keep that in mind, people. This election is very important. Watch the debate, look at the policies. Hope you guys liked the video. Hit the like button. See if we can get to 50 subscribers, and I'll hit you guys on the next one.